Happy Monday, everybody. We're gonna do a quick dive into BTC. We did get like this extra move up, which was really nice, actually, if you were looking to fill some shorts. So I'm sort of seeing like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we can look for some degree of a correction. And there's just like there's a handful of levels that I really have my eye on right now. These are obviously spots that we can look to do some kind of a liquidity grab. We want to basically take out these X's on our way down. So we do have a weekly naked point of control here. I would actually really like it if when we reached this level, instead of bouncing, I would really like it if we actually fell through and then back tested it for then continuation to the downside. You would expect this to act as support. People, I would look at this. We have like our key SR level here, right? That we can see has been resistance, 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 right? All the way up to this point, where it's been flipped to support, supposedly. Okay, so we'd be coming back to test this area again. So I would like, instead of bouncing here, like I said, I would want to see it actually fall through, back test the level after taking out these lows for then continuation to the downside. I think it would really be, I think a lot of people would be looking to long this area here, this 16.8, 16.9 zone. And I think it would be, it would be a nice trap to really come down lower, people fill here, back test, take profit, and then have continuation to the downside, with our target ultimately being about 16.3. So we'll go ahead and just, I drew this out a little bit here. I would be looking for something kind of like this would be ideal. So we come down, we take out these lows, back test the level. We have continuation to the downside. PPI comes out. We have volatility. It goes sideways over the weekend. And then we put in the weekly low next week on Monday or Tuesday. Deviate this order block that should be support, because people, like when this zone is reached, people will be looking to long this area. I would like to see, a move down here with a bounce and then kind of sideways weakness, actually deviate the order block, hit this pocket of liquidity here, take out this low, and then reclaim for continuation to the upside. And what we would then be looking at, essentially, if this were to play out and we were to have continuation to the upside, then you would just look at this as being 1, 2 for then our wave 3 continuation to the upside. Okay. In the event that we are going down and we simply continue to lose levels, then we'll have to reevaluate. Okay, we do want to see this set up with like a deviation, bullish divergence, maybe some maybe like a falling wedge or something else, some degree of a setup or a pump, back test to 618, reclaim the order block, and you can look to long maybe this zone here upon a reclaim with then continuation. So we don't want to just blindly long these in the event that we do just see continuation to the downside. The next thing would be when we do get to, this upper zone again, if we do get this move down and then, some degree of a continuation to the upside, we want to see if we do break through these levels. Otherwise, we're just simply, in a range, right? We can just consider ourselves being in a range. And that goes back to this chart that I've been sharing for quite some time now. I've shared several times. Where I've basically said, this part here is our key area of resistance that if reclaimed in the event of a move up, then we can look at this entire scenario as just a deviation of this upper range. We have our upper range here. This could be a deviation if we come up and reclaim and then have some degree of continuation to the upside. So, yeah, I do like, you know, a move down to 16,300 or so, you know, somewhere in that zone. Just as a, you know, here's my reasoning. I would look at this chart and I would really say 16.6, 16.5 should hold a support. If it's lost, we're likely going lower. Okay, so if you think that, right, if you have this mindset, if we have this mindset that, you know, that if this zone is lost, we are likely going lower. What does that mean? Well, that means that when price comes down, cuts through, and it gets back tested, people will look to short this back test for then continuation to the downside, right? Because this would be a bearish move to lose this 16,500, 16,600 support. Well, why not instead come down, grab the liquidity, and actually deviate it, come back up, reclaim, and then have continuation to the upside? So it would be a really nice way to trap some shorts for fuel for a move up. And then, like I said, this could then be considered our 1, 2, 3 for continuation to the upside, if that is the scenario that we're going to see. I know a lot of people are pretty bullish right now, and you know, are basically just looking for very short moves down with continuation to the upside just right away. You know, this is possible. Okay, so we did have a very quick move down, which means we could have a quick move up. And like I said, then we could call it a deviation. I am simply going to continue to trade the charts. I as much as I would love to believe that this is possible and that this will happen, I am going to simply do what the charts are telling me. And from what I can see here, we just had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have bearish divergence here. And, you know, we're starting to see the beginning of a move down here, right? And being how obvious some of these levels are, you know, especially the 16.56 zone, like I said, that's why I would like to see a deviation to get people bearish again, and looking to short BTC for then just deviating it, you know, reclaiming, and then having continuation to the upside. And again, just calling this our wave 2. So we'll have to play it as we go. I do like this as, you know, we can look at this as maybe a wedge here. And we're going to look to break out of the wedge to the downside for then, you know, a move down, which would target at the very least a 0.5, which is around that 16.5 area. Otherwise, we could also look at this as a channel, you know, which again, we can see the bottom of the channel, we would be finding support, you know, depending on when we get down there, at about the 16.5, 16.6 zone. So it is a very important area. We'll have to wait and see how price reacts there. If we get down here and, you know, we come up, we backtest 618, hold it, then yeah, you know, I'll look for some long positions, and I won't wait for further down here. But in my opinion, it just seems too easy. Seems too easy to me. That's why I would like to see that deviation down before then, you know, continuation to the upside. So we'll have to take it level by level. This 16.8K zone, very, very key. This 16.6 zone, very, very key. And then, you know, around 16.3 would be my final target before then, you know, looking for a reversal. But I think any one of these areas could provide, at the very least, a good scalp long. So that's something we'll just have to keep an eye on.